Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Riccardo, the Roleplay Gamer, and I like to party. We're back with Divinity Original Sin 2. Can you tell how excited I am? Listen. Alright, so we're washed up on shore here, and we've got to go... Jeez, what are we going to do? We've got to explore the world. Let's have a look at our journal. Hang on, that's L. Alright, escape. After surviving the shipwreck, we have arrived at the island known as Reaper's Eye. Fort Joy looms ahead. We have to escape from this place. Alright, the voices. As I drowned, I heard a mysterious voice. The voice seemed to save me. But where did it come from? And why am I important to it? Yes, hang on. As I drowned. Listen, we didn't drown, we're undead. The collar, Vek. I couldn't find a way to remove my collar on the ship. Maybe someone will be able to help me on this island. I am bound by magic collar. Yeah, okay. Now, hang on. Does that suggest... This might just be flavor text, but does that suggest that maybe there was a way to remove the collar on the ship? If that's the case, that would have been really cool. Story so far. Alright, escape from Reaper's Eye. So we need to find a way off the island, right?
I thought the order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
Right? Ancient statue of Brachus Rex. You may remember him from the first game. Is there anything to loot around here? Maybe in the vases. Bowstring, right? So there's crafting in the game as well. What's the crafting hotkey? Skill panel, crafting is G. There you go. So it's actually a 5-slot combination thing. So we can just like willy-nilly throw shit in. Combine. No, that's not a recipe. That's not anything. But bowstring and maybe, I don't know, if we find twigs or something, maybe we could make a bow. A toy crossbow, that's all it is? That's so rude. Alright. Alright, small tome, ancient tome. Alright, we haven't got any spells to read or anything like that. There's a kid down there. Vek doesn't care. Tell you that right now. He doesn't give a flying witch's teat about no kid. We're making it on our own, and I'm not getting saddled with some child looking for help. I'll tell you that right now. I will take the shell though. Whispering Wood. Elven elders claim that those who can understand the secrets whispered by this herb will be protected by the blessing of Tia Pendelius himself. Interesting. There's also a short stick. Maybe this will serve us well in crafting. Alright, let's have a look around. So you can just hold Alt to sort of highlight things on the ground. Right, leather straps? That seems appropriate. Oh, there's savages over here.
Voidwoken. Those are the same beasts that sank our ship. Damn. They've made it to shore.
Listen, do I need to fight them? I want to fight them, but I don't think I need to. Look, we've got to be real here. There's no need to fight anything we don't need to fight, right? What do we got? Plug into armor for its scaling. Okay. Crafty weaponry, die by the sword. Right. So we can read that. Read. A word of advice to the badly armed. Tie your knife or shiv, if that's all you have, to a stick or a branch. Now you got a sword of sorts. We've actually... Alright, so we've got a couple of recipes here. So hang on. We actually did pick up a stick. Short stick. But we haven't... Hang on. But we have rocks, don't we? Didn't we pick up rocks? Or hang on. Maybe there might be rocks over here. Sharp rock. Hang on. Can we make like an axe? We might be able to make an axe or something. I need to know. I need to check this out. Okay. Crafting. Stick with sharp rock. We did it! We made a one-handed axe. Look. That's beautiful. How does it compare to you? Alright. It's terrible. It's actually terrible. What does it look like though? Look, if it looks dry cool, it doesn't really. It's like playing Ark. Oh god, fate worse than death. All right, I like the axe though. That appeals to me. So it looks like we've actually got a skill from the axe specifically, which is kind of nice. All right, let's keep going. Oh look, if it isn't the Red Prince, how about you put away your weapon before we chat? Wow. Calm down, buddy. Just want to talk.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright blood red colour. Never before have you seen a lizard such as this.
Alright. Pretty frightened though. Casually remark he should find a place in the shade. Looks like he's been standing in the sun for too long. You should find a place in the shade, laddie. Looks like you're getting some sunburn.
The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
I'm feeling really sizzled right now.
I suppose that's what passes for wit in your neck of the bog, I should think. But wait, I know you, don't I? Why, only a few hours ago, I saw you skulk about that ship like a lost child in search of its mother. But you weren't a lost child, were you? You weren't an innocent at all. Word has reached me, you see, through a very sour grapevine indeed, that you turned your back on your fellow passengers. So much easier, isn't it, to look out for oneself alone?
And what of it? No harm, no foul. You made it ashore, alright?
Of course I did. Takes more than some oversized cuttlefish to get the better of me. Besides, you'll find I wasn't complaining. I was making a point. About oneself. Alone.
Look, he sounds like a savage to me.
So, if there's nothing further...
And what's a hoity-toity lizard such as yourself just doing standing on that rock there?
I'm sure I don't mean to sound condescending, but I had thought it quite self-evident I was gazing out over the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Alright, so you see memories, childhood days spent in the sun. Say that as of last night you see a kraken-infested wasteland you never want to go near again. I actually don't want to answer him. I don't, but we have to, apparently. Alright, look, we're not giving him an inch, so at least let's go with a kraken. I see a kraken-infested wasteland, laddie.
Touché.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities. And shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost.
Well, people see castles in the sky. Might as well see them in the sea, too.
Yes, but these weren't castles in the sky, were they? Quite obviously, I was musing over the very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am?
Noble, smack your forehead. Of course, every blue blood knows the Red Prince. No. No, I like the idea of maybe, regardless of us wanting to be a savage to him, essentially, maybe we are a hell of a lot older than we realize. Now, full disclosure, I don't know how Undead Rising works in Rivellon in the Divinity series, so this might not even be lore-friendly. But what if he was like a lord from, maybe even thousands of years ago? That'd be kind of cool. So he doesn't know who anyone is. I think that'd kind of work. Shake your head. You have no idea who he is.
Oh, may the seven have mercy on their own creation. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World Tamer, the spouse of the sun. Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That'll teach him.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment. The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
Well, it's been absolutely riveting talking to you, lad. It really, really has, but I really must be going now.
Then by all means, dash.
He watches you depart without another word, then turns back to face the sea.
Alright, so of course he's a potential companion. Now as far as I understand, there's at least one companion pairing that are incompatible. I'm not going to spoil who it is just yet, but for that reason...
A black cat. I like cats.
Listen.
But I wouldn't eat a whole one.
Can we eat the cat?
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity. Its eyes clear, and it shakes its head, confused.
Alright, I'm calling it now. The cat is actually a wizard or something. What do you call? Is it a magister or what? I'm not sure what the technical term is in the Divinity series. He's following us around. I'm telling you, it's gotta be a human or something. We actually, if we pick the trait, what is it? Pet pal or something like that, we would have been able to talk to all the animals. So we could have talked to the cat and they might have revealed something really cool. But we didn't do that. There you go. But look, we're not going to take the Red Prince with us, partially because I want... Can't get that now, we need telekinesis or something. Partially because I want the companion that he's incompatible with. I just want your extra time and your kiss. But also, listen, he's got the same goals that we do. We can't have two lords trying to regain their power in the party. That's just not right. What's going on here?
Please.
Your god will stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our god...
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
Wow, that's really harsh.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come!
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Wow, alright, cool. I want to see our noble and barbarian options here. Think to yourself that this Alexander seems the type to roll over for a compliment. Would be worth remembering. Okay. Call out to the shaking Magister. Tell her to hurry this up, you're hungry. Or for the love of the seven. Is that right? There's 7 gods? Something like that? Can we move this along, please? I'm starving.
Stay silent, dwarf!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, your holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Here we go. Are they gonna do it? Yeah, they are. Oh shit, she exploded.
Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
That's so rude. What the hell are these things? I honestly have no idea what I'm looking at right now. The hammer's pet? Is it some sort of demon or something? Listen, I'm sensing some hypocrisy here. It's like, do as I say, not as I do. Resurrection scroll, handy. Atusa's leg. This bloodied limb is evidence of the hammer's ruthlessness. Elves can eat limbs and experience memories of the person to whom the limb belongs. I think I like elves in this universe. You know me, I'm not usually a fan of elves. Quite the opposite, but... I'd also like to point out that we can eat the leg. We're not going to do it now because we don't need to, but we can eat the leg. Alright, let's get in here. So I actually know where I think all the companions are, because as far as I'm aware, all the companions are here. We can get them all right here. They were on the boat with us, and they're all here somewhere. I think I know where they all are, but I'm not going to make a beeline to them. Let's just let it happen naturally as the story progresses. Roleplay strat, right? Alright, what's it about?
Pathetic.
An odd-looking young woman is staring intently at the statue to the divine, fingers curled rigidly at her sides. Greyish-black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks.
Gently call out to her and ask if she's alright. Are you alright, missy?
Her head snaps to you mechanically, and her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Hi, who are you, some guy?
Fran asks why she's acting so strangely. Tell her your name and ask for hers. Listen, strange is a very relative term, and I don't think we can really judge anyone in our current position. I am the great Lord Vek, at your service. Look, it's been a long time, and even though he might, it's a little bit of the Curse of the Black Pearl situation, Pirates of the Caribbean. Look, they want some sexy time. They just can't appreciate it because they're undead. I feel like that's what's going on here. So he tries.
I'm Losa. Pleased to meet you.
Alright, ask if she can explain what she was doing just a moment ago. Ask what she did to gain the Magister's attention in the first place. Tell her name sounds familiar. Okay. And what is it? What am I trying to say? You know when you just lose grammar? Don't worry about it. What were you doing a moment ago there?
It's nothing really. It's just, I'm just a bit hospitable.
Waggle a waking eyebrow and ask if she's implying... Are you inviting me to dinner, young lady?
Ha! What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's 'cause you're like a clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you. But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price.
Sounds hot.
Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
Ask her who or what she was hosting a few moments ago. And what, may I ask, are you hosting exactly?
Now, isn't that just the question of the hour? I can't be sure just yet. I'll be surprised if it's a demon. Definitely not a sprite either. Maybe a spectre, but I wouldn't bet money on it. So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Right, that's where we are, by the way. So you heard the accommodation was acceptable and had to see for yourself. Listen, I could deal with that. I could deal with a little bit of sarcasm. Say the magisters hold you in. Something about being a danger to yourself in society. Say it'd be all the more enjoyable if you had someone to get the lay of the land with. Listen, why don't I just say he's trying. He's a dirty little stocky lord who hasn't been able to have a good time because he's undead. Listen. I make my own fun. It'd be a hell of a lot more enjoyable here if I had someone to spend some time with, if you know what I mean.
Yeah? I was just thinking the same sort of thing.
He's in!
So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that. And don't worry, by the by. I forgive you for leaving me to drown on that ship.
Tell us you would have done the same thing in your shoes. Look, we never say sorry. We're Lord Vek. We never say sorry. And how is it that you've come to know about that, huh?
One of the kiddies on board made it out alive. Told us all about it. But don't worry, manslaughter happens.
Yes.
It hasn't stopped me from thinking it'd be a good idea to travel together. What do you say?
Alright. Sounds like a good idea to me.
It does, right?
Right?
Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove.
Listen, you can pull out alright.
Lately, I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires. So, what'll it be?
Oh, she's a girl after my own heart. So this is actually really, really cool. How many times have you played an RPG, whether it's a CRPG or even bloody Skyrim, right? And you love the personality of a companion, but you don't like their class, you don't like their skills. That happens to me all the time. It's like, I mean, you can fix it with games like Skyrim, there are mods and whatnot, but in Divinity Original Sin 2, you can actually choose what class your companions are. It's perfect, right? So by default, she's an enchanter. We can just tell her, do that. And then we say, you know, I want someone with a little more muscle. And then it brings down another menu of like, well, what kind of strength-based, you know, class do you want? Or finesse. So like rogues or archers and, you know, rangers and whatnot, and then the arcane. So let's have a think. So she's already an enchanter. I actually like the idea of maybe turning her into a witch kind of character. I want sort of an evil-ish sort of party going on here. So I'm interested in someone with an affinity for the arcane arts. Do you know anything about magic?
Don't know if you could tell, but mysticism's kind of my speciality. Let's get into the nitty-gritty while we're at it. What sort of magic are you interested in?
Look, the nittier and the grittier, the better. So I could have gone conjurer, necromancer, right, and still had the you know, the corpse summoning thing. However, that doesn't quite work because it seems you can only have one, you know, walking minion, summoned minion at a time. You can have as many totems as you want, but it seemed like when you summon a bloated corpse thing, it cancels out the other, you know, the little nymph thing. I forgot what it's called, but it cancels that thing out. So it's sort of pointless. So it's better to have someone else as a necromancer. So I think a witch. Say you're looking for a witch, someone who can drain the life from their enemies, cast necromantic skills, and can get up close and personal with a dagger. Yes, I think I like that very much. Do you know anything of witchcraft now?
Sounds fine. So we're good to go?
Alright, nod. That settles it then.
Yeah? Well, that was easier than I thought. And I'll do my best to stay myself. Lead the way.
Alright. Now that's one more thing we should know before you continue. You're not totally well alive. Before we continue, after she has strong opinions about traveling with an undead. Now before we go, do you have any strong feelings one way or the other about the undead?
Well, no, or I wouldn't have joined up with you, would I? Don't worry. I'm sure your get-up will fool most people hook, line and sinker. I'm sensitive. Knew who you were the moment you rolled up. So don't worry, and lead the way, your deadliness.
She's into it! Okay. It's beautiful. You notice the cat's still following us? I'm telling you, it's going to turn into a wizard or something. I don't know for sure, but I'm calling it.
You there. You've just arrived, isn't that right? Are you quite alone?
Alright, say that there's plenty of your own kind around here. You'll manage. Okay. Retort that of course you're alone. Someone of your breed has no business making friends in the wrong places. Listen, that's a bit rich considering what we've just done. However, of course I'm alone. There's no one of my caliber in this goddamn cesspool.
The man scowls at you.
I thought I might see if you wanted to get out of this place. Though maybe I ought to ask someone who isn't a prissy fop.
Listen. Roll your eyes and tell him to spit out whatever it is. Just spit it out already, will you?
I have a plan. A good one. But I need a partner.
Alright. Well, is that it? Give me the details.
I've been here a long time. Longer than anyone else. People get taken sometimes. Some folks say they get cured. I don't know if I believe it, and I don't want to wait and find out. I have a way out of here. It won't be easy, and I need a partner. Just one. Are you interested?
Alright. Tell him all this feels a little convenient. How do you know he's not working for the magisters? Yeah, and how do I know that this isn't some magister trick?
Believe whatever you want. This may be your only chance at leaving this place. Take it or don't.
Fine. Count me in.
Attaboy. Who wouldn't? Finally someone with a little sense around here. The plan's simple, completely foolproof. I have a spell that I can use to teleport you right out of here. I can't use it on myself, but with your help, we can both get out of here. There's an artifact that you can use to teleport me out of this place. Then I can use my spell to free you in turn. This item, though, it's in quite an unfortunate location.
Scoff. So you want me to do your dirty work for you, is that it?
What? You think I'm being lazy? No, this is sheer pragmatism. I already tried to retrieve the item, but I don't have the necessary skills. You see, I need someone who can handle themselves in a scrap. The item's within a crocodilian nest on a beach nearby. I'll mark the position for you.
Hold up now, young lad. Crocodilians? How many?
Not enough to trouble a fine specimen such as yourself.
Oh, well, I don't like to brag.
Get that artifact, and you and I are as good as free. Go give those overgrown lizards what for.
Look, smells like a trap to me. But listen. Alright. So where is this? Is that yeah, there's a marker. Okay. We have to come around here. This right?
I won't say it again.
I think we can go around here. But I also want to come out here because if this is correct, this is the south exit. You know, it's a little tricky because it's really, really easy to just burn through this and miss all the companions. So I'm giving myself a little bit of leeway here in that I know basically where they are, so I'm gonna basically go along that path. But I'm not gonna go out of my way, you know what I mean? Like, for example, I know there's one over here somewhere. I'm not just gonna go over there because there's like, why would I do it? Why would Vek do it? There's no reason for him to do it currently. I recognize you.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll, or so she said. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze.
Ask her what a guy has to do to earn that state. Yeah. And what's a man have to do to earn a stare like that from you?
No sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into one of your neck's vertebrae.
Oh yeah, just like that, baby.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time I'll let my needle do the licking.
Yes, let me go at once. Who the hell do you think you are, sticking me like that?
To you, I am this pressing pain you wish would go away, but won't.
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her, the needle still all too deeply embedded in bone. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
And how did you get that scar?
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a bad old time, a lizard cut this thing, this living scar, into my cheek. The mark of a slave. But now I'm free, of sorts. And I've traced that lizard here, to Fort Joy. I intend to raise the subject with him.
Alright. Politely ask her to remove the needle so you and her can talk this over like civilized people. No, look. He's so bombastic and so... He's just Lord Vek, you know? Well, I am not that lizard.
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
Alright, this is going nowhere, but if there is going to be bloodshed, she should at least give you a chance to defend yourself. Look, we don't want to kill her yet. Make her an offer. Instead of killing you, she could join you well. Sounds like you could use a hand with your lizard friend. How about we join forces?
A bright sparkle of laughter follows your proposal.
Ha! How amusing. I admit I had not seen that twist coming. I was certain the pitiful begging was about to begin. Make your case and do it quickly. Why should I join you?
We're planning an escape. And you've need of people with talent. And we've need of people with talents like yours. It's really, I wish it was like literally just word for word, this is what you say. Because then it would be easier to read and I could ad-lib it. But it's sort of confusing having to mix up the prepositions. I don't even know. Listen, you know you're talking to me about grammar? Look. Don't.
Escape. How you do tickle me. Most of the misguided dears around here would argue such a thing is impossible.
Scoff. Nothing is impossible.
A silly thing to say, but then again, I did think catching me off guard was impossible. Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? The agony of choice. You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to that lizard I mentioned. I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Alright, see this seems to be a running theme. We have to inform all our companions that we are in fact undead. Tell her she's awfully casual about death, a trait not quite shared by the undead. Say in the spirit of a fresh start, you should admit to her that you're actually an undead. Say she must have noticed she was pushing into bone, not flesh. You must have noticed, Missy, that little needle of yours was piercing bone, not flesh.
Yes, the needle did find you rather tough to chew. Then again, I already knew I'd have to push hard, knowing what you really are. This may strike you as, rather eccentric, but the thought of traveling with one such as yourself quite enthuses me.
She tilts her head ever so slightly and looks at you almost mockingly. You can't help but contemplate with both dread and delight the absolute darkness at the heart of her cat's eyes.
Yes, this will be jolly good fun.
Oh, is she totes into the undead? Undead kink.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we?
Oh, look, I'm liking this. She's real sadistic. It's good. Like, I'm not... There's going to be a little bit of a grudge here because she tried to needle me. But listen. Our children will be both terrifying and beautiful.
You mean Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play?
Well, listen, I got this nurse's outfit.
As a rogue, my speciality is stealth. The quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours.
Alright, this is a tough one. I wouldn't mind making her a ranger, but where the party is currently like all ranged essentially. I mean, with the exception of Vek. I don't know, but look, let's keep her as a rogue, I think. That doesn't bother me too bad. Otherwise, what else would she be? We don't need another witch. I mean, we could do like witches all around and have all these corpses, or just summoners all around. That could be interesting, but let's keep her as a rogue. Actually, a rogue is exactly the type of companion I'm looking for.
Suits me fine. Lead on. Or better yet, let me take the lead.
Well, that settles it then.
Then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sebille in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side, for the moment.
I love it. Alright, that's beautiful. These are actually really interesting companions, and look, I know I'm making fun of the kinky old dirty dwarf, but that aside, I really like that they're not, so far they're not goody-goody two-shoes, which really annoys me. I don't want to be forced into doing good just because that's what my companions are all about. But we've got, you know, a possessed enchanter turned witch because we made her a witch, and we've got a a crazed, bloodlusted, possibly undead kinked elf that's on a vendetta to take out lizards. I like it. I like this very much. But for the moment, guys, thank you very much for watching. Taste the game. Be excellent to each other. What do you think of these companions down below? What do you think of Divinity Original Sin 2 so far? You guys playing it? Let me know. Taste the game, be excellent to each other. I'll see you next time. Roleplay Gamer out.